Las Vegas. $120 laps, no fast repair, 2 tires over the wall.
Back at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
1 minute remaining.
And our starting grid for round number 3 of the Noble
Stage
Racing
at
Series.
40, into 40.
With a lap time of 29.747 seconds. It is the 3 of Brian McCann. Outside front row, 40,000.
Did not practice my pit, so
it's the 2 of Neil Quick. Starting row 2, it's Drew Blaze and
pin under green.
Mefford. Row 3, Mike Tucker and Keaton Burnett. Row 4, it's Joe Tucker and Will Hewitt. Row 5, Drew Prowl, Vincent Short.
And have a good
Starting 11th, it's Chris Elliott with Mike Fahey, the number 19 from Lone Star Racing, starting in the 12th position. Starting 13th, Shane Haas in the number 23. Chris Jones will start 14th in his number 41 Poplar Machine. Jesse Redding, the 21, starts 15th. Matt Sisler in his Kia starts 16th. Alan DeVries, the number 71, starts 17th. Ken Couch starting from the 18th spot. Eric Beadle in the 119 with Beadle Motorsports. He'll roll from 19th. Eddie Rose 20th. Doug Wysocki 21st. Mark Truxell will start 22nd. And Matt Kopp in the number 22 with Charity Motorsports start 23rd. Your starting grid here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Feel just about ready to get rolling here for one pace lap before we get to the green flag. Coming up soon.
Old Neil on the outside. He's going to go for the lead here. You know it.
My force feedback waited until now to stop working, so good luck everybody else.
The pace car is in.
Brian McCann going to lead them down to green with Neil Quick to the outside. Drew Blaze, Brandon Mefford, Mike Tucker will be the top 5. As we expected, these IROC guys are going to come in here with a little bit of an advantage. They've been running this Gen 4 Cup car in their season for about 3/4 of their season to this point. So they've learned a lot of the idiosyncrasies and nuances of these race cars. They should be very difficult to beat here this season. Pace truck pulls off. Wait for the starter. Barney the flagman with the green in hand. We're racing here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Hey Blair, thanks for the like. Neil is taking it a little easy here, ain't he? Thought I was taking it easy.
Lap 1 in the books. Brian McCann leads it over Neil Quick. He's already got 7/10 of a second on the 2. Drew Blaze 3rd, Tucker and Tucker 4th and 5th. Michael and Joe respectively. Voodoo Graphics and Design says, I'm sorry, did someone say they're driving a Kia? Yes. Don't let anybody be fooled. It's still a Chevy block, but yes, it is Matt Sisler in his Kia. You get a shot of
Oh well, we'll just send it, see what happens.
Tech Racing Kia number 93. There you see it. It's still a Chevy. Don't let him fool you. Can still out in front here. Again, the maximum distance here, we think, on this whole load of fuel should be between 40 to 45 laps. That's really going to be all dependent on fuel save and who's able to stretch it. Now, that is an interesting tidbit because the stage break is at lap 40. So guys that are out front, like Brian McCann, he's out there hustling. He's going to need to save a little bit just to be safe, so he doesn't run out A, prior to the end of the stage, or B, under caution waiting to come around to hit pit lane. So we'll see how that plays out.
That was the fastest lap.
Away from the car behind. The gap is 1.3 seconds.
Hell, I thought I was saving more on that one. I do got to make it on fuel.
Drew Blaze running back in the third spot. LSR Gaming X number 1.
It's going to be close. Well, heck, I got 1.5. If I can pull out, I can save some fuel.
Michael and Joe Tucker still running 4th and 5th. Might just be kind of a feeling out period, trying to get a strong feel of the race car and what it's going to do throughout the course of this first run. Again, if it stays green, it would be pretty much a full fuel run.
And that cost me a 10th.
Done. Check out Matt Sisler again in his Celsius number 93 Kia. He's up 4 positions, started 16th. He's knocking on the back door of Chris Gomes. Goes up the racetrack a bit. Open the door for Sisler. Sisler with not enough of a run to do anything with it. Sisler might have an opportunity here on a turn 4. Gets at least the nose alongside.
I didn't get to the line. I got to get to the line. Line pulls you around the corner.
Sisler takes the spot from the 41 of Chris Goins, moved the 93 up in the 11th position. His next contender is going to be the 26 of Keaton Burnett in the 10th spot. Alan DeFries working around the outside of Jesse Redding in the number 21. Running the black and green machine down low in the Dodge. Freeze completes the pass, move the 71 up to P16. Drew Blaze has taken over the second spot from Neil Quick. Still 2.6 seconds back from the race lead. He's got some work to do. Meanwhile, Chris Goins still working the outside. He's got Mike Fahey, the number 19, down low, trying to steal that position away as well. A little loose for the 19 out of turn 4. Took new colors on the number 19 this week. Fahey running a Ford Mustang. Looks like it's going to be Statesman Coffee Company on the side of that Ford Mustang. Fahey, an avid iRacing painter. You're looking for a really decent wrap. Check those guys out at Fahey Race Wraps. Owens and Fahey still fighting for that spot just behind Sisler and Vincent Short. Then you've got the 23 of Shane Haas kind of watching it all unfold. Let's ride on board with the 23 as he watches this battle just ahead of him.
So this is gonna be lap 15, and I got to do 25 more. I'm good, especially now that I'm having to lift more. The longest run I have is 12 laps, so we got to do 40 here.
Meanwhile, Haas has got pressure coming in.
I'm still pulling on him though.
Number 71 Monster Energy Chevrolet.
Let's hope it doesn't backfire on me. It's still pretty balanced.
Wow, looks like Chris Goins has finally cleared Mike Fahey, but not for long. Fahey with a good run out of 4 might have alongside here into 1.
Having to baby the both right front and right rear a little bit, but
momentum. Goins slides up the racetrack a bit. It's going to dump.
Staying neutral.
Goins the number 19. It's going to help slow the advance from Fahey out of turn number 2. Still tucks in behind Chris Goins. Both of these drivers running very consistent and similar lap times. The last time by, there were less than a tenth of a second differential between the two of them. Well, back out front, Neil Quick has retaken.
Oh, he gained a tenth on me. Uh-oh.
Very uncharacteristic to see the one of Drew Blaze really challenge.
Hope he don't run me down in
early on in the race. Usually he's
however many more laps we got.
He's qualified, take care of the.
That'll be embarrassing. Ooh, we ain't even made it to 20 yet.
Charge on later on when it really makes a difference. Might be what we're seeing here now. I don't know if
we ain't even halfway in this run.
Leon that gave up that second spot. Blaze now back to third.
I think I'm getting limited by my right rear right now.
Haas maintaining his position ahead of the 71 of DeFries. Chris Elliott.
I'm good on the right front.
Behind him in P16. Jesse Redding. Ken Couch. Ken in the 05, no, the 08. Ken Couch, a Lone Star Racing entry as well. A lot of cross-pollination here amongst all the leagues at HBR TV broadcast.
Yeah, that was a little bit better. I leaned more on the right front that time.
Makes my life a little simpler as far as identifying who's who, but never mind that. We're halfway through stage number 1. 20 laps out of the 40.
Oof.
Ryan McCann, still your race leader.
Right rear does not like turn 2.
Quick from the outside front row, still running in that second spot. Drew Blaze, same story. Started third, runs third. Michael Tucker's up a spot in 4th. Will Hewitt up 3 spots, running in the top 5. Hewitt
it's all right coming through 4.
Defense here just a bit. As soon as we start chatting about him, a little broadcasting curse there. No harm, no foul. I don't think he would even lift it, but he's definitely been to the defense. It's some of the scraping on the right side of the number 33, and it does open the door for Joe Tucker. Tucker's
you just wait a little bit later.
Gonna run. Hewitt was running that Larson line way up top of the racetrack. He built a big run, and it works again here. Just being up a lane and a half higher than Joe Tucker, he's able to carry that speed and momentum out of the corner, down the straightaway, maintain the position. Oh, big wiggle behind. I think that was Drew Proud.
Sorry if I messed you up there, Drew.
Ooh, Prowl on the fence. Little loose on exit, puts it in the outside wall. He loses a spot, drops it down to the low side of the racetrack. Don't know if he's going to hit the pit lane here or if he's just going to run this out for another 18 laps.
Almost hit the wall there.
Sisler is completing the pass on Chris Goins from earlier. Sisler now running in the 9th spot. Goins back to 10th. Biggest mover on the racetrack, though, is that number 93 of Matt Sisler.
Lap 25 is getting a little tougher to drive.
This first stage, but you got to keep in mind that when you get to that stage break, the drivers are going to be faced with a decision to make. Do they take the tires or do they wait? Usually it's best to take tires under yellow flag conditions.
It's interesting it's right rear limited, though. I thought it was going to be right front.
We've got 2 sets available over the wall. You make that first pit stop at lap 40, you're going to have to carry it for a while because you've only got 1 more set to work with for the rest of the race. Guys like to try and save an extra set in case you catch that late caution, kind of use some strategy. Don't quite have the pace to be up battling with the top 3. You got to find a way to make it work.
I got plenty of right front.
Risk that you run, though, is on this first round. If you don't take tires, you're going to be way slower. They've already lost about 1.5 seconds of pace. 25 laps in here, tire fall off causing that. You don't want to take a chance here and lose a lap after your pit stop because you wanted to save a set. So you kind of have to gamble a little bit. We are in Vegas after all, so that's okay. But you don't always win.
Since I got right front, let me see if I get a straight line off of 2 to help my right rear.
Tom Fancher in the stream chat says one of these drivers is under the influence. I don't know if he's saying that because he knows or if he's just making an observation. Eddie Rose running 23rd currently. Eddie's down 3 spots from qualifying.
It doesn't like the turn down at apex. So I think my previous line was optimal.
Oh, the 23, Shane Haas, loose out of 2. I don't know if he got the wall or not.
Got one inside.
And still running in the 13th position where he took the green flag from tonight. About to lose that here to Jesse Redding. If Redding can mount a charge here and make this pass work. And Haas certainly heated up the right rear tire at a minimum there, losing the rear end of the race car off at turn number 2. Gathered it up, kept it out of the wall. Still got some heat in him, though, as Ken Couch is going to roll up here. Carling going to have back the 23.
Got 13 left. Oh yeah, I'm good on fuel.
Haas has lost a couple of spots since almost losing it. And DeVries is in the fence. Alan DeVries almost in trouble and almost gets jumped by the 29. DeVries gets the outside wall, has to save it, check up, lost some momentum, and Chris Elliott almost ran him over. Couldn't have been any closer. Mark Truxell running back in the 18th spot. He's up 4 positions. I don't believe he took a lap in qualifying. Truxell in the number 5, Little Tate's Cupcakes machine. Gotta tell you, Mark Truxell, one of the cleanest guys out there. Not going to be out there setting track records, but he's always in contention as these things get late, or tends to be. He's got some wins under his belt in this series, whether it's the Noble Racing Series or Superior.
This car wants to rotate.
He's done it by taking care of his stuff, not getting involved in any incidents, but Alan DeVries up in the fence again.
Loose is fast, though.
Tires starting to go away on many of these race cars as we get near the end of the stage. About 8 laps to go. Up front's the 3 of Brian McCann. A hefty lead on the 2 of Neil Quick. Almost 5 seconds here as we get to lap 33. Ryan McCann, nice and smooth out in front here. 5 seconds distance between him and second place. McCann just checking out. Again, admittedly, he's still trying to get a handle on this race car. It's not something he spent a lot of time in, and keeping in mind it is relatively new to the iRacing service. My experience of Brian McCann, he's got a steering wheel and 4 tires. He can wheel it. He'll figure it out. He certainly has here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway with a pretty sizable lead on the 2 up.
You know, a quicker ratio would help. I'm having to bounce back and forth between
Blaze running back P3 there. Quite
the balance point too much
on that machine. Indeed there is. He's gotten into the fence or somebody else. Hard to say specifically. Overall, the right side looks okay, but the right front caved in just a bit.
just on exit though.
That damage is going to hurt the aero on that car, but it may actually help the right front tire stay a little bit cooler. Get a better angle on it here in just a minute. You can see the right front tire, the outer edge there is slightly visible, which means now it is exposed to the air that's coming to the front of that race car as he travels down the racetrack. So it will help keep that right front a little bit cooler, which in turn may or may not be a detriment to the one here. It's certainly going to cause the car to feel a little bit loose throughout the course of the run as that right front stays cooler. It doesn't get as hot, it doesn't melt, it doesn't wear out as fast. Oh, real loose out of turn 2. That's kind of what we're talking about. Anybody can wheel it through that corner, though. It's Drew Blaze. Blaze with an extensive dirt background. Don Fancher says the stands look packed today. Yeah, sellout crowd here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, John. Every seat. Been that way since the start of the season.
Got about 5 laps.
Again, just continuing to increase that deficit back to the second spot. Now it's over 6 seconds. Lap 38 goes up on the board. A few more laps before we can call it the stage. Now, mind you, lap 40 being the stage, that is the end of lap 40. So they do need to complete that final lap of the stage to get it back around here. And again, we talked about the fuel window. Between 40 and 45 laps, depending on how aggressive or passive the drivers want to be with fuel conservation.
So how many laps can we make it? We can make it 3 more from here. Oh, I gotta go 1 more lap.
No challengers, and man, McCann, I don't know what it is. He's just starting to check out here even further. 6.5 seconds. Last lap at 31.75 to second place Neil Quick was.
So that's 40 plus 2. 42 laps is the fuel run.
Okay, it's only 3/10, but that's a big difference. They got the same tires as far as what lap they started on. This is when they took the green flag. McCann working the back straightaway here on his final lap of this first stage.
All right, man, caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed. Catch the 22 car.
Ryan McCann out of turn number 4. He's going to see the green and white checkered flag. He'll win stage number 1. Probably cut the car.
Broadcast is really behind because
save what he can.
They're about one lap behind.
The stage is Brian McCann, Neil Quick, Brandon Mefford, Drew Blaze 4th, 5th Will Hewitt, Matt Sisler, Chris Gones, Drew Prowl, Vincent Short, Mike Fahey. That's your top 10 for stage number 1.
Let's go. Let's go catch a pace car, guys. Let's go.
Pit road is now open.
God damn.
Lap 42 goes up on the board as the caution does not come out until the end of the back straightaway for the stage.
They can think I'm out of fuel.
Tiptoe a little bit here as McCann does cut the car off and clutch it through turns 1 and 2. Again, we are under caution, but you got to save what you can here. Do not want to run out, especially when they're only running about 75, 80 mile an hour. Got to get back to pit lane. Get your tires, top off the tanks.
Pit box in 10, 5, 3.
No, we'll see what the pit strategies are for this first round of pit stops. Is it going to be fuel only, or is it going to be 4 tires for
that's
everybody?
perfect. 44-40.
Rose stays out on the track, lost a lap in that first cycle.
That's it, go. Be mindful, you only have 1 set of tires remaining. Line up single file. Past the 29, past the...
Again, with his pole position, he gets that very last pit stall at the end of pit road. Just pop the clutch and go. And it looks like it's going to be at least right sides for Brian McCann. Drops the jack on the right, goes around to the left. 4 tires and fuel for the 3. It's a clutch, and out he goes. Looks like that was going to be the call for just about everybody up and down pit road. 4 tires and fuel for...
Feel bad for whoever didn't take tires. 251, that's nice.
So we're going to step aside.
Wonder if he's telling the truth.
Before we go back green flag racing.
What do I got to pass him for?
I met Marcos.
Does he not get to wave around?
We're doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and
He should get to wave around, right?
to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous.
Oh, he's 2 laps down, but
Concerned for
I
people.
don't know why I put him behind me.
That cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Well, that was interesting for 5th there to the stage caution.
Yeah, I was limping it on home.
I checked it. You were ahead of me by 11.
Hey, Dell, thanks for the like.
I was hoping I'd be. I couldn't tell.
I figured I wasn't going to be, but that's why I just took it to the apron. Figured, no, I got it.
How's it going?
Where you at, Eddie? Tell me to let you by.
See, this one is going to be green flag stop, ain't it?
I'm not seeing you on the board.
That's where I might mess up. Who's winning?
Go ahead.
Hey, John, thanks for the like.
Alright, man, we're going green next time by. Alright, man, line up on the inside row.
But of course, I had like a 4 or 5 second lead, so I can just take it easy in the pits. Unless Brandon's figured something out. Brandon would usually do a good job just following me, copying what I do. So he might try that here. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Thanks for the like.
Back at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, wrapping up the first stage caution of the evening. First and only stage caution. We only run 1 stage break. But want to make mention here, I know we talked about it early in the stream chat. We are running 4K broadcast these days. You might need to click the little cog wheel at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen as far as your YouTube quality is concerned to either A, turn on the 4K, or B, turn it down because it might be laggy or stuttering. If that is happening, you either need to increase your internet speed or reduce your quality. Again, just double check to make sure you can enjoy this in full 4K streaming. Definitely looks way better if you can make it work. So, iRacing Pace Truck's got the field in tow here. It's going to take the hard left down pit lane here momentarily. Back green flag racing at lap 46. So we'll go back to the green.
Green
Green in the air, a little wiggle out of Brian McCann, even on the fresh tires. That's how much horsepower these cars make. Heading down into turn number 1.
What's the difference? Why ain't you seeing her?
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 1.3 seconds. You just hit the fastest lap.
The interesting thing is you listen to the engine sounds, at least on the fresh tires. These guys rolling through the corners. They're lifting to slow down for the corner, but they're not coming completely out of the throttle. They're lifting just a little bit. Are loaded up as far as the suspension is concerned.
Didn't know that.
Power down to the right rear, because if you lift, it's going to transfer the weight of that race car to the nose. As soon as you do that, it unloads the rear of the car, makes the rear tires not as grippy, so to speak. You don't have as much downforce or weight transfer to the back. So you don't want to lift completely off the throttle. They do it just enough so they can slow down for the corner and then get right back to it. You lift all the way off the throttle and coast to the corner and then hammer that throttle back down with there's not as much downforce on the rear of the car. You do have a high likelihood of spinning the car around. Ryan McCann checking out once again, 1.47 seconds on the 83.
You know, they might have some questions when I pull out to a second lead on the first lap.
Prowl battling with Mike Fahey. Fourth position out of turn number 2. Fahey up top, the number 19. Prowl then.
I don't watch a lot of football. Only when Marissa's watching the Cowboys. And usually the Super Bowl.
Side by side, fourth position. Prowl comes up just a bit. Door handle to door handle. Fahey with a big run to the outside. Prowl had to.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing. Just 2 seconds and 5 laps.
Prowl real close to the outside wall on corner exit. Doesn't get a piece of the wall, but Fahey definitely got the spot.
Hey, Wanda, thanks for the light. How's it going?
He trails in behind me. From Lone Star Racing, Drew Blaze.
That's how you got to do it. Thank you, Wanda.
Blaze and Mike Fahey both closing in on the 93 of Matt Sisler. This would be for the 5th position if Blaze could take it away. Meanwhile, McCann still out in the race lead, 2.5 seconds the advantage on Brandon Mefford. Will Hewitt now has jumped into the 3rd position, quick back to 4th. Now and Matt Sisler.
Damn, 3 seconds.
5th position for now. Drew Blaze takes a look to the outside. Oh, Blaze almost got a piece of the wall. Put the car down to the left and kept it out of the fence.
If I do win this race, I'm going to have to blow my motor up so they don't tech it.
0.2 seconds.
He's going to have a good run out of the corner here, it looks like. Not quite enough, though. Sisler maintaining the spot. Still watching this battle here from the 5th position. Matt Sisler has.
I guess my biggest risk is me. There's Will Hewitt.
You've got the 39 truck.
Is that who won the last race? Damn, he's up here racing for second.
Rounding out the top 10.
He won it off of fuel strategy last race. I think it was Will.
Blaze going to the outside once again, trying to make that move work. As the run, but still can't get alongside. He's going to cross over, look for the bottom. Still nothing available there either. Goes back to the top. Sisler's going to match the move, trying to block that run. That's okay to do for now. You start pulling that later on in the race, guys are going to get less patient. Or inclined to not lift as True Blaze gets into the fence off turn number 2. Pretty significant contact. I don't know what kind of right side damage he's going to have from that. Never lifted though as he gets alongside of Matt Sisler. Slides up the racetrack again. Just got to wonder if that right front damage is causing.
So it looks like my two biggest threats to this race is smacking the wall, entering one, and wrecking on my green flag pit entry.
Interesting situation. We talked about the damage to the right front of Drew Blaze. How it could essentially cause either a tight or a loose condition. Either way. Tight for the fact that that right front is pushed in a bit and it's not giving the downforce to the front end of the race car that it was earlier. But loose on the aspect that late in the run, that right front is significantly cooler than the rest of the tires.
I was enjoying.
Would have been if it wasn't in the wind. It's basically with that right front exposed. It's almost like having a big tire blower keeping that right front cool.
I was enjoying that gap.
Kind of chase that throughout the course of this
I don't
run.
know if that was my fault. If
anybody can do it, it certainly is the driver of that number 1 machine. Meanwhile, Matt Sisler has lost 2 spots to Drew Blaze and Mike Fahey, and he might be in danger of losing another here to Michael Tucker. And the caution is out. Chris Goins in trouble.
Pit road is now open.
Look at Will, though, up here in second.
Chris Goins, but
outrunning Neil and Brandon.
41 Popple Pro machine looks to be okay.
Drew's fast, I know. Damn, there's Mike Fahey.
Here to the 41 of Chris Goins. Put us under our first caution of the night. Oh, Ken Couch comes down at the same time Goins is going up.
Psych.
Goins does a great job to keep it out of the inside wall. Just
ain't nobody gonna fall for it.
Over by
there's 2 people.
You almost got me, you bastard.
3.
All right, man. Halfway this time.
Now, I will say, Chris,
he's kidding. He ain't going in.
VR. So I want to tell you this real quick here because it does make a difference to how he.
And 1, 2. The last half of the field went in.
In iRacing, you see, he does slide up the racetrack here. He can see traffic, but now he really can't. However,
surely they're not taking tires.
Freeze it right here. You can look at your relative on
now, unless somebody didn't take tires and now they're going in to take their first set of the race, then
left. Look out the window net.
That could really throw us off there.
See that?
If somebody's on that strategy, I'm not looking too good here.
And then you see the field go by. No,
because that's the perfect window for that caution to come out for that strategy.
I don't know what happened.
I've tried it.
You can give me a
definitely see how it makes you faster.
That was on me. I don't know.
But I couldn't do.
Let's see who's in the pits. Alan,
Drew,
ultimately sell my
Vincent, Jesse.
Ironically, it was Chris Goins that bought it. So it certainly worked out pretty good for him. He's been a lot faster since switching over to that. The Goins in the pits.
They're going to outrun me by about half a second or more a lap.
A little bit of damage.
If they took
tires on it just yet. Yeah, he does have some nose damage, though. That's interesting. I don't know if that's from coming down the racetrack.
And that means I just need a caution on around lap 80, and then I'll be good. But then they'll have a set, too. But
well, with that, let's take a look at our top 5. It's still Brian McCann, your race leader. Will Hewitt up to second. Neil Quick, Brandon Mefford, Drew.
Well, equal tire, I should be able to outrun him.
First caution for cause of the evening. Second to overall against.
So my risk here is
for our
My risk here is if it goes green the rest of the way and somebody took tires here.
way here. We'll be right back after this.
I met Marco Scarza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
All right, man, we're going green next time by. All right, man, line up on the inside row.
Yeah, it spins a little bit. Just hope it doesn't spin on the 2-3 shift.
Get ready. All right, man. The pace car is in. Green, green, green.
Wins it. A photo finish at the line.
Nah, it didn't spin. We good.
Will Hewitt's through the trial for the final time, and oh, they're wrecking. Big trouble. Vincent Short sneaks through, and I think Short.
I'm at a disadvantage though. I can't do my new tire run thing.
Speedway, pace truck hits pit lane. We're going back for the restart here.
Neil might just end up staying with me here.
Ryan McCann with a beautiful jump. Quick reaction out of Will Hewitt, though. He's got two cars to the inside, now just one, and Neil Quick. Shooting the 33 up the racetrack.
That or passing me, damn.
Keeps his foot down, a little loose out of two, maintains the third position over Brandon Mefford.
Get me loose back here.
Now crossing back to the bottom, Will Hewitt trying to attack.
I need that air on my spoiler.
Back.
Damn it, Neil.
Inside. Still there.
Whoa, Neil.
Stay high.
There's a car there.
Still there.
Talk about big movers on the day. Mark Truxell running in the 8th position. He's up 14 positions.
Stay high. There's the car on the low side.
Truxell having a decent day, just taking care of his stuff.
Good job. The next car.
Finding himself within the top 10. We talked about it early, how he is so good on equipment.
How the hell is he doing that?
Still there. Hold your line.
I mean, he's driving it a whole lot harder than I'm able to. Found the wall.
Checking out Matt Sisler running back in P7. And Joe Tucker back in 15. Looking around Doug Wysocki in the 34. Now Ken Couch. Couch runs 12th, up 6 positions.
So I'm guessing the bottom side's preferred. I figured the top would be.
Couch running just ahead of the 15 of Vincent Short. Short currently 13th on the board. Qualified 10th here today. Running back 13th. Few spots lost. But still plenty of racing to go. It's just about 9 laps past halfway.
Line up single file. Pit road is closed.
That's like right there where you, like, maybe 5 more laps and we can make it, but can't pit here.
Applying pressure on Ken Couch. He gets alongside, still not quite clear. Short real loose out of turn 4. Saves the car, but drops it down to the apron here in the dog.
Or can you and do a big save?
And then we got a crash. 23 is Shane Haas involved in this one.
Bad out there.
Few drivers involved.
This is going to be another fuel strategy. Just like their last race.
70 laps in, third caution of the day.
Pit road is now open.
May have started with Alan DeFries. Let's go back and look at it.
Bet you somebody's going to do it.
Okay, so it looks like Shane Haas may have lost connection for a moment. Let's back this up. We've talked about this so many times. Actually, it looks like DeFries got into the wall anyway. So we'll watch it in real time here from the tower. We'll slow it down when we need to. Oh yeah, DeFries just nails the wall. Comes back, saves it, nails it again. And
Is that Will going in?
yeah, through that, now I see the 23 car.
Yep.
It's nailed by Chris.
He did it last time. He's going to do it again.
We watch Alan DeFries and his issue. There's no 23
Oh,
car.
boy.
Now you see it. In the back of the frame, the upper left of the frame, you see the 23 of Shane Haas. We'll go real slow here. It disappears here. Now he's gone.
Let it by on the outside.
And unfortunately for Alan DeFries,
Mr. Will, can he do it back to back?
71. Nothing for him to do there at that point. You can't really
Got Will, got Vincent trying it.
It's a losing battle, and then add insult to injury.
He had the position when the
Beetle
yellow
and Cobb
flag
just
came out.
pile drive the 71. Now, I want to watch this one from Chris Goins' perspective as well, because
Top 7 on the same set of tires I am. Well, same pit
watch the
lap that I did.
at slow speeds.
And then about 6 more after them, all the way back to P12.
Disappears. DeFries is having.
I think they're still on the old set of tires.
23 just.
And these guys that just pitted, they probably got fuel and tire, but they're going to have to fuel save. So that's 13th back.
Effectively a 5-car incident here to put us onto the caution for the 3rd time today. I really think it's twofold. I think it's a combination of DeFries getting into the wall and trying to save it here down the front stretch, but also the 23 of Shane Haas losing connection at the most inopportune time. And then all of a sudden it reestablishes itself at a much worse opportune
Pit road is
time.
closed.
So 72 laps in, working caution number 3. Neil Quick, Brian McCann, Brandon Mefford, Mike Fahey, Drew Blaze. That's your current top 5. Back to the 7th position. Those top 7 drivers opting not to pit during this caution. Same can be said for 8th position back to 12th. Will Hewitt 13th. Ken Couch, Vincent Short, Eddie Rose. Everybody else below those guys all opting to make a pit stop during this caution. But it's interesting looking at the data. Top 5 or 6 or 7. Yeah, top 7 drivers made their pit stops at lap 42. But the drivers behind them from 8th, P12, they made a pit stop at lap 61. And then everybody else was this caution. So some varying strategies to keep an eye on throughout the course of the rest of this race. These truck lights still on. Should get the one to go this time by.
Let the 2 car by. He had the position when
Needs
the
to
yellow
restart
flag
at
came
lap
out. All right, man, we're going
75.
green next time by. All right, man. Line
It
up
was
on the outside
46
road.
laps to the finish. Now it's interesting. We're not in a position now, and this might explain why you didn't see a lot of guys come down and pit. So we're not in a position now where you can make it on fuel from this point. Remember, 45 laps we thought was the absolute maximum anybody could go, and that's going to be you saving fuel. So is there a chance? It's possible, I guess, when we go back green, but I just don't see it being the case. Just about everybody's going to need to make one final
I
stop.
think I know my best strategy here, or my best play.
On this caution, certainly knowing that they've got an extra set of tires still over the wall, are going to wait until that final stop to make it to the end. They may short pit the balance of this, not run it out to the tanks are empty, knowing that once they get to the fuel window, all right, I'm losing some pace here. Let's come down pit road, take the tires, get fueled up to make it to the end and get back out there.
Get ready. All right, man. The pace car is in. Green, green, green. Pit road is now open. The leader just did a 32.153.
Well, hold it, belts tight once again.
Got one inside.
Base car is going to pull off.
Stay high.
Back green flag racing here in just a
All
moment.
clear, all clear.
Make sure don't
Get out of my way, Neil.
on this restart.
Stay low. All clear, all clear. Got one inside. All right, man, good job. You're now the leader. Stay high. Clear low, clear low.
Damn, he about wrecked me.
Got one inside.
Neil Quick with a good restart.
All
Brian
clear, all
McCann.
Come on, topside pull.
Running the third.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a big run on turn 2. Drops to the outside. We can move to the race lead into turn 3. Quick up the racetrack. But tuck back in behind the 3 of McCann. McCann back to the point. Challenge coming back from Neil Quick.
Damn, does he get a good run on entry?
Turn 1 and 2, we got alongside, but that's the tuck back in behind. Now a car length and a half behind the 3. Same story for the 83 of Brandon Mefford. He runs third. This trio, all from the IROC Challenge Series, all top 3. We talked about that early in the race, how these guys do kind of come in here with a bit of an advantage. They've been running this exact same car in their home league. They're already 3/4 of the way through it. They will have a bit of an advantage because they've just got the experience behind the wheel of this relatively new race car to the iRacing service. Will Hewitt working the outside here in behind Drew Blaze. Ahead of Matt Sisler. Hewitt with some pace. Jumps up the race.
Damn, he forces me up. What a strategy.
Planes drop it down low. It's one thing I've seen out of Will Hewitt. He is not shy.
I was loose, drifting that entire turn.
Line to run, and I mean not just lap to lap, I mean corner to corner. He's gotten it done. He gets the pass made. He passes Blaze. He passes McFahey. So move Will Hewitt up into the 4th spot.
Stay high. There's a car on the low side.
Hewitt always strikes me as a full send kind of guy, so I just have to wonder.
I just can't. He won't me get a turn in. That's how he's doing it.
Scene here. I don't know. That's the best plan, but
if I turn in where I wanted, oh god, are we 3 wide? I'm backing out of this.
You're 4th spot still.
Inside, you're 2 wide there.
See if you can reel in the top 3. So you got to change for the race lead up ahead.
I'll just sit back here and get him on the long run.
Turn number 4. Still hasn't completed the pass, but might have it at the right. Nope, looks like McCann's going to still lead that lap. 41 laps to go here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Real quick drops it down to the low side. Clears Brian McCann. May slide it up, or does he does. Pulls the slide job, just enough room. And this battle has really opened the door for Will Hewitt to make a charge. 3 wide into turn 3. McCann's going to go, nope, I'm not doing this. I'm going to tuck in behind these 3 guys. I don't want to wreck my race car. Off turn 4, Hewitt with
Will's taking off, so that's a problem.
battling for the race.
I can't let that happen.
So the 33 of Will Hewitt is one of those.
I thought they were about even.
71, so he's got the pace advantage, at least for the time being.
Neil got up front and foot on the brakes.
Tires on his first pit stop. So that's going to be the question as to how this race plays out for Will Hewitt. Does he have another set over the wall?
I don't know. Will's got new tires.
He is in a...
He's the one. Okay, I'm caught up now. He's got new tires. That should be his last set, so we're still looking good here. I'm still racing 2 guys in front of me.
I just have the most recent pit stops, and yes, he did take tires on that. Will Hewitt.
Vincent, I'm not racing him.
Real quick, Brandon Mefford, Brian McCann. Vincent Short now up in the 5th position. Sisler on the bottom side, taking the spot from Drew Blaze, or at least attempting to, back at start finish. Sisler's going to have the spot for now. That's P7 if we're going to be specific. Down into turn number 1, might be clear. And he is. Sisler now up into the 2nd spot. Next on the list for 93 is going to be the 19 of Mike Fahey. Down the backstretch, Sisler with a run. Sisler now, he made his pit stop at lap 42, so he's on older tires, still having a good run. Side by side, Sisler and Fahey. Fahey, the number 19, on the top lane. On to turn 2, they'll drag race down the backstretch. A little bit drafting help.
Whoa!
For Fahey.
Who's throwing out the anchor up there?
Sisler goes to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to take another spot, move him up to the 6th position.
Tires done got hot again. Pass him.
Sisler having a real strong run, getting qualified 16th. One of our
This is not helping my overall lap time.
biggest mover on the day. Mark Truxell still running in that 11th position. He's gained 11 positions on the racetrack.
This is giving Will a huge advantage here.
So has Alex Morgan imaging on the back. Back out front, Will Hewitt. Considerable advantage over Neil Quick. It's just under 4 seconds and growing. Again, you still just have to wonder how much tire is left for Will Hewitt, whether it's on the race car or over pit wall. If he's got an extra set still available, he is in great shape. But if not, he's just going to run until the cows come home. See what happens really here with the 33. He may be in trouble, but going to enjoy this race lead while it lasts. Back in the 2nd spot, Neil Quick, just ahead of Brandon Mefford. Mefford just ahead of Brian McCann. Mefford seems to be a tick faster than Quick for now, but not enough room to make the way around.
Why is he pitting?
Pit box in 10. 5.
Mefford swaps lanes, goes to the outside. Quick lifts.
93 pitting this time, guys.
Right here.
Real quick, yielding the second spot
19
to
spitting.
Brandon Mefford, and Brian McCann drops it down to the apron here. I don't know if that's intentional. Looks like it might be. Pit stop.
Oh, hell, we didn't even hardly use a tire.
Make it from here. Brian McCann, Vincent Short, both locking it down to pit lane here. Let's see if McCann takes that last set of tires. I'm pretty sure he still has the set sitting there.
Let's hit the cars. Make them last the rest of the
Vincent
race.
Short also as well in pit lane. Chris Elliott as well. Short into the box. Fuel only for Vincent Short. Brian McCann's already got the right sides in the air. 2 tires for the 3. It's going to be 4. So 4 set plus fuel. Brian McCann drops the jack and the clutch, and he's down and away. 15.32 seconds in the box, and multiple drivers hitting pit lane as well here after the fact. You got Brandon Mefford, Neil Quick, Mike Fahey, Drew Prail, Joe Tucker, Mike Tucker, all these guys up and down pit lane for their final stop of the night. Should be plenty good to go on fuel from here on in. And there's no tires left over the wall.
The leader's pit.
He's going to come back down.
Is that Will? Yeah, he pitted.
You just hit the fastest lap. Good job, man. You're in the top 10.
No, with my point here with the tire situation on Will Hewitt, he has stayed on the...
Hey, Rink, how's it going?
You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 3.
Still mad you wouldn't let me use that motor.
Hewitt down into pit lane for his final stop of the day. Here's what we're going to find out if the 33 has tires or not. Again,
You're clear high.
I'm not a card counter by any means, and I don't play...
Looking at your sprockets after it came off the course, I don't know how you
Will Hewitt is. Did he have a set?
don't have to replace them every time.
Fuel only for Will.
That motor was pulling teeth off.
Tires left in the pits for the 33. Still waiting on fuel. Still waiting on fuel. Oh, he might be waiting on a pit penalty.
Outside.
Will Hewitt might have been too fast entering. Tough break from the race lead to a pit speeding violation on entry. Tough break.
All clear, all clear.
For Will Hewitt. Now, meanwhile, Jesse Redding is out in front. Your new race leader. Again, his last pit stop coming at lap 61. He may be done as far as tires are concerned as well. He's going to need to make a stop here for fuel at any moment.
957. You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 1.5 seconds.
46.32 for Will Hewitt in the pits. Definitely.
I guess I better stop using my tire here and save a little.
33.
The leader is pitting now.
Keep trying, Doug. You'll get the words right.
Current top 5, Jesse Redding, Doug Weiser, Ken Couch, Eddie Rhodes.
You can hit if it's square and on a straightaway, but you don't want to do anything other than that.
Caution comes out now.
Outside.
Going to be great for the guys in the top 6, but nobody else. Jesse Redding down pit lane.
Good job, man. You're in 5th.
Sorry, Blaze. I wasn't trying to cut you off. It's kind of a tricky spot there.
You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 9.8 seconds.
Bad thing is, the caution comes out here, then the way that they save their tires, they're at an advantage.
Oh, Jesse Redding does have tires.
So I'm going to see if I just can't back off here.
I think I would have come down a little bit sooner knowing I had at least right sides.
I got a 2.6 gap to the next second place.
I don't know if he left the set on the left. Still,
I just got to match his speed and save tires.
Outside.
See how it pays.
Stay low.
Race leaders go on by now. It's Ken Couch, Doug Wysocki in second. Sorry, Wysocki is actually in the pit lane.
Did I win the karting? No.
24 laps to go here.
My kart got worse.
We'll be back for the finish.
When the sun went down,
when we were doing
I was struggling.
for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we needed
There was nothing I could do.
raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a gentleman.
Brandon's catching me big time.
This has been very generous.
He has got to speed up a little bit.
People, you need somebody that cares about you, and that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The car's a law firm. Let us help.
0.691.
Hey, Neil, I'm going to say hi. I'm going to say hi.
I was 1654, I think.
I got you,
All
Neil.
right, man. You're back in second.
Say hi, say hi.
Car 88.
It wasn't a gear though. The
You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 3.2 seconds.
the rear of the cart was staying flat on the track. Bogging down coming out of the turns.
Good job. The next car is the leader.
Clear.
Got one inside. Clear low, clear low.
Thanks, Ben.
All right, you're back in first.
Yeah, that's my plan for next time. I started noticing it in the pre-final, but it wasn't bad. And then I ended up turning my fastest lap in pre-final, so I was like, maybe it won't be a problem. But man, was the track a whole lot different when I went out.
Stay on, stay on.
That's my second race on that kart, so I've got a mental note. I don't think I ever had to do that on my Praga.
His Motor Speedway as we watch Chris Cones regain his position within the top 10. He's had a couple of scary moments throughout the course of this race tonight, but he's battled back once again. Finds himself running in the 10th spot behind Mike Fahey. All out front through the pit cycle, Brian McCann has retaken the top spot. 2.2 seconds back to Brandon Mefford. Eddie Rose still running back in the 3rd position. Rose making his pit stop at lap 71. He's going to need to make one more splash for fuel before this one's said and done. He's losing the 3rd spot now to Neil Quick.
I'll stay high, Chris.
The thing that's going to cost me this race is a caution. I'm fast on a short run, but
Faster traffic rolling around the high side. Blaze goes around, takes 4th through Brow as well.
I'll definitely try that next time, Doug.
Here next, Beetle not on the lead lap. Sisler running in 7th. He'll take P6 away here momentarily. Now 15 laps to go. Eddie, the last car to make a pit stop here to close the race out. Needs one more stop to get enough fuel into that number 88 HBRShops.com Mustang.
Any air pressure change when it cools down like that?
I didn't mean to do that to you there, man. I'm just on old tires.
Sure, what's going on here with Eddie Rose?
Keep air pressures where they're at. Just the caster change.
He does need to make a pit stop. I don't know if Eddie's got tires over the wall still. In fact, his last pit stop, again, we talked about lap 71. It was a fuel-only stop for Eddie, so he might actually still have a set of tires left. If that's the case, he needs to get down pit road as soon as possible to take those tires if he has them. If not, then okay, I kind of get it. Major bad, you got to sleep in it. You got to worry regardless.
I keep switching these go-karts around. I'm going to be real slow. I got to pick one and learn it.
That's a mistake.
Higher.
Meanwhile, Keith Burnett saying, I gave it my best shot. Force feedback quit as soon as I gridded up.
I mean, it makes sense.
As long as I could with it.
Less grip.
Unfortunately, Keith Burnett out of this one. Looks like he's going to finish here in the 22nd spot. Either way, it's good to have you back, Keith. Back out front, Brian McCann still with the race lead. 2.6 plus seconds on the 83 of Brandon Mefford.
Well, how do you know what I am, Doug?
All by his lonesome as well. He's got a couple of seconds on third place, Neil Quick.
Oh, we only got 10 to go? I thought we was going to 150.
Back and forth is Drew Blaze. Braille running in fifth.
I'm just out here cruising. I guess with a 2.5 gap, I should start backing off and saving here.
We're in the 13 right now.
Well, maybe not. 2-second gap is good if I make a mistake.
Vegas Motor Speedway, Brian McCann has been a dominant force out here tonight. Have to assume he's led the most laps on his way here to likely what we expect will be a race win. Can change. Obviously, a caution coming out late. Bunch everybody back up. I don't think anybody else has tires for me. 9 laps to go, though. Eddie Rose still slow, but is he going to pit? Coming down pit lane this time, I would assume. Nope, Eddie stays on a racetrack. Eddie's just trying to stretch the fuel all the way to the end, or what the plan is, but with 9 laps to go, his last pit stop at lap 71, that is an eternity to go. I mean, that's almost a full 8 laps longer than what's expected. He wants to make this to the end. He should be pitting this time.
Wow. That right rear is going quick. Brandon must be struggling too. He's backing off.
And there it is. Eddie Rose coming down pit lane, or is he? He is. Last driver to make his pit stop here, Eddie Rose.
Yeah, this iRacing stuff, I ain't got to sit there and
just
put a setup on it and figure out what's fast and
he does.
Do what them guys are doing to their motors like you do. And them carts, man, if you ain't got a good setup, you ain't running fast.
More tires and fuel for Eddie Rose. Just a strategy miscue by the 88. He had that opportunity a while ago. Now he's going to have fresh rubber, which is going to make him faster, but he doesn't really have the advantage of laps remaining to utilize it. Those tires are going to be pretty fresh even as this race comes to a close. Should have come about 10-12 laps ago. He would have had plenty of fuel, and he would have been quick all the way to the...
Kevin's supposed to run Dad's kart sometime. I don't know if he'll ever
laps to go,
get around to it, but he was talking about it.
5 laps remaining here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
To run my dad's kart, I'll have to
Burnett's getting all sentimental in the street.
Scale it.
Extremely difficult to drive those loose cars with no feedback. Good to be back. Love you, Steve. Love you too, Keith. Thanks for being here, buddy.
I was saying,
Ryan McCann just on cruise control. Seems like that's been his MO all day.
Thank you.
3.6 seconds the deficit back to Brandon Mefford.
Well, Brandon really dropped off. He must have been running real hard trying to catch up to me.
Blaze has closed the gap a little bit, few car lengths.
So Neil is backing off. He's saving his tires in case a caution comes out.
Reel in Neil quick. Take that IROC 1, 2, 3 away.
I don't know if it's just all in my mind, but I like to scale to see where I'm at.
2 to go this time by.
3 laps to go for Brian McCann, but we continue to watch this fight for the 3rd position between Neil Quick and Drew Blaze.
Because I've moved my car seat around at the track, and that makes a huge difference.
Inches off the back bumper and Neil Quick. 2.5 laps to go. We'll see if Quick can hold him off.
1 more lap to win.
Oh, that's a white flag. Heck yeah. Ain't no caution coming out now.
Quick up the race.
Cruising to the win.
Drew Blaze takes the
4-second gap.
inside, gets alongside, but
And I was saving.
he's going to duck back in.
Whee! Thank you, Doug.
He gets into him. Trouble off turn number.
Let's see if I can drift this turn 4.
Nice win. Way to go,
Drew
man.
Blaze and Neil Quick making contact out of 4. Last lap, though, so no caution. Off turn number 2, Brian McCann, a half a lap from victory. Doesn't need to worry about anything happening behind him, but Blaze takes the 3rd spot. I don't know if Quick lost the car, Blaze never lifted, or what the situation is. We'll have to go back and look at that one later.
Uh-oh.
At the stripe, checkered.
A little too much.
Brian McCann wins race number 3 in the No Bull Racing Series.
We can still do a burnout, though.
You had me sweating the final 10 laps.
And Drew Blaze, at least for the time being, will come home in the 3rd spot.
The race is over.
Go back and look at it here. Again, out of turn 4, it's already into it. Let's back it up a little bit further, try to get a better look at this.
Yeah, it was a good race, guys.
Again, remember the right front damage on Drew Blaze's machine. He was probably in better shape being behind Neil Quick, but getting tucked in like that, it loosens up Quick a bit. Or does it? From this perspective, it doesn't.
Got to blow this motor up so nobody texts it.
Off the ground, but back it up again here. Want to get just another look at it. On board.
Blow up.
There's a little wiggle for Quick. Last lap, last corner. No, second.
There we go.
Last corner. Oh, there's going to be some discussions about this one.
Thank you for hanging out with me tonight, Doug, and everybody else.
Celebrating. Once again, Kevin Harvick-esque burning it down session.
Did they show my drift? I can't go back and see it.
Winner. And the motor expires at the end.
Not while they're alive.
Then, folks, we're going to step aside, get a short break out of the way, and be back with our top 3 finishers after this.
I met Marco Scarza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding.
I think something happened on the last lap.
And he is just a genuine guy.
I saw the broadcast showing Neil and Brandon.
Generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is. And that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Loft.
Oh, dang, Doug. Yeah, come back and, it won't be next month. It'll be December. But yeah, come back and race with us. See if you can get in that senior class and keep your muffler on. Are you good, Doug? Just send it. But yeah, take it easy. Have a good one. Neil, last lap. I'm trying to set up this MGM. I don't want to switch right now. But yeah, I'll keep that in mind in case I ever do switch. Where was Brandon at?
Good job, Brian Smith.
Ha 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 ha. Good joke.
Dude, you just killed us on new tires. It was terrible.
Yeah, but man, when that caution came out, y'all had me.
Oh, we were rolling, but on new tires, I don't understand. We could not keep up.
Lick it and send it.
It was fun though. That little 3-car battle. I thought we wrecked about 10 times, but it was a blast.
I kind of caught a little bit on the broadcast, but I didn't get to see it. Was it you? Did something happen to
Brian
Neil?
McCann, it's Steve in the booth. You got me?
Hey, I do. How's it going?
It's going good, Brian. Dominating performance here tonight. Started on pole, led all the way to the stage break. Maybe a couple of laps weren't led by you, but just about every one of them were. A dominant performance. Congratulations on the race win, man. What is the secret to this place in this Gen 4 Cup car?
I guess those new tires. I just took off at the start and just made a huge gap, but that one caution came out, and I think Neil and Brandon got around me, and that's all I could do, and it was looking a little bit rough for me if another caution came out at the end there, but luckily it didn't come out, and I was able to get across the line.
Well, it certainly paid off, and even you were stretching it out there at the end as well. So a job well done. You made it look easy out there. I know there's really nothing easy about this Gen 4 Cup car, but man, you really did look good out there.
Thank you. Yeah, just trying to keep the balance on the tires. I guess that was the hardest part, because the start of the race, you had to drive it one way. End of the race, you had to drive a little bit different because the track started to get loose at the end, which was odd. Usually it'll get tight at the end, but either way, it was really fun to drive, and a lot of good racing there between me and Neil and Brandon. Neil hit me a few times, but I let him slide.
Well, with that and changing track conditions being the topic of conversation next week, it's the old Atlanta Motor Speedway. How do you feel about your shot there next week?
Oh, I love that track. It's the toughest track in this car that I've ever been on, so it'll be interesting. It's from what I remember, right rear limited, so you're really gonna have to work the throttle.
Well, short tire supply and an abrasive racing surface at Atlanta Motor Speedway should be a fun one to watch. Brian, again, congratulations on the race win here tonight. Who do you want to thank before we let you get going?
Yeah, my wife and family, you for doing the broadcast, league admins for putting this show on, our sponsors, and the drivers for showing out tonight and making a good race. Just thank you.
Brian McCann.
Oh, let's go back and see if we can figure out what happened to Neil, because he was running. He was in third, but he finished 12th. Who's he racing here? He's racing Drew. Oh, Drew wrecked him. That's what happened. Let's go back and watch this. Oh, Neil was a little loose. That's what was happening to me too. I was losing the rear. No, I don't think Drew wrecked. Well, obviously he hit him, but Neil was walking at the exit of that turn. He started walking it right there. But Drew definitely could have seen that and not hit him, though. There's enough time there, because right here, Drew could have lifted and went left. But I mean, again, it happened real quick. It's easy for me to sit here and say it, critiquing the replay.
Well, if this week was any indication, the tires were wearing out.
Let me turn the broadcast on so I can hear it.
They were in the 60s. So, we're going to have to save them. That right rear is going to be key. And I'm going to say Brian's going to be the one to beat again. So hopefully we're racing for a win and not second place next week.
Well, it's been nice to see you. IROC guys have come over here, certainly with a little bit of a leg up on most of the field as you've been running this car in your home league here for, at least a few months now at this point. So how has running over an IROC helped you over here in Noble, aside from the fact that it's the same car?
Oh, it's helped a lot.
What gets me is he stayed in the throttle. Anyway,
so just understand the car.
I want to watch Neil and me race.
And visiting these tracks for a second time most times, so that's it's been huge for us. So not taking anything away from any of the guys over here at Noble, because there's some great drivers in here, but as we get towards the end of the season, I'm sure,
what lap was it?
We'll probably get backwards to those guys a little bit.
Experience makes a big difference. We'll look forward to seeing how that.
Thank you, John.
Throughout the course of the season, Brandon. Again, congratulations on a runner-up finish here at Vegas. What do you want to?
Yeah, it was right here.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody over at Noble that puts on this show, all the drivers put on a great race, great group of guys.
Did he hit me here?
Around with here on Sundays, so makes my Sunday evenings worth running. So thanks to you guys for putting on the broadcast.
He had a much later turn in on the bottom side. Turn one.
My kids, my family, everybody that helps allow me to do this, and then shout out to all the fans out there liking this race and watching it.
All right, Brandon. Well, thanks for talking to us, man. Good luck next week out of Atlanta.
Yeah, right there. There's one.
Brandon Mefford, your runner-up.
So let's go to his cockpit and see
the driver of the
what he saw.
Number 1 Ford Mustang, Drew Blaze, our third place finisher.
I guess he's taking about the normal line.
Closing laps. Drew, it's Steve.
It's just that when you're on the top side, you want to cut in earlier.
Drew, congratulations, man.
Because he's trying to hit the middle. He's not trying to hit the white there. He's trying to hit the middle and then go down to the white. That's the difference.
Turn 4 with.
And I just couldn't on the top side.
You guys certainly made some.
I needed the middle.
Perspective. What did you see?
If I would have.
Was there anything you could have?
He was keeping me out of the middle, and that was giving me a disadvantage on the top side.
I mean, I tried to get out of it, but unfortunately.
And then here.
That killed his momentum that much. It didn't look like he was.
I think we hit again.
So I just, kind of tried to keep my momentum up, and I got out of the throttle, and I guess between me taking the air off of his spoiler, and and then
maybe this is where I started to back off.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else I could have done differently besides just
that line he's taking. It gets me out of the rubber there.
Avoid contact, but
I'm like in the third lane up in the marbles.
You're in that mindset. It's kind of hard.
So I had to fight to get back down to the rubber.
I didn't mean to do it. I would never race anybody like that. I don't race like that. Anybody who knows me knows I will not do that.
There's where we went 3 wide and I just backed out of it.
Top 5 or wherever. But,
that guy Will, he had new tires there.
I don't know what else to say.
Well, certainly there may be some conversations about it after the fact, but it is what it is. You're driving a race car at 180 plus miles an hour, inches apart. Mistakes are going to happen. It is what it is. Again, especially as you said, coming to the white flag, you never know.
But then once I got behind them, I couldn't.
Process and a conversation.
I couldn't do a lot. I don't know if it's just because of the taking air off my nose.
It's what it is. You bring home the third position. I'm sure Neil's not happy with his.
Or maybe their tires were in better condition.
We move on next week. Another race coming up at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Another place that's going to chew up.
The way that I took off at the start of the race and made such a big gap, I guess I'm using my tires more. So here, when we got packed back up,
perform well.
They probably had the advantage.
At the old Atlanta next week.
It's the only thing I can think of.
I love that track. You can run.
I wonder if Neil would tell me what his tires were after that first pit.
So, it's going to be a good race. Be interesting. I think it's definitely going to come down to tires and strategy. And we would have had a little bit different strategy here today.
All right, I'm going to call it there.
Ultimately, just panned out, and we got
later.
And we're going to take the momentum and go to next week.
Brandon, you didn't have 65, 63.
When I came into the series last week, I never drove these cars before, so we're still learning.
I did a burnout, but I had 58, 49.
As the season goes on.
So it probably would have been more like,
Similar to that is they're
I
coming
did a drift as well. So it's probably 60-60, somewhere around there.
car in the IROC
So if you're,
all season long.
oh, first stop, 65-63, no way.
Races into it here at Noble Bowl. So
I don't know if you'll believe this or not, but I was 44-40.
as the season continues on, and those challenges are going to be a lot closer as the season continues on. Drew, again, congratulations on a third.
Yeah, that's the difference. Oh my God. I was using the tires a whole lot more.
Yeah, I got to thank Lone Star Racing.
I don't know if you can. There you go.
Like the Justin Johnson.
Keep in mind I did a burnout, but
Just shout out to
we were quite the ways off.
And Kenneth, everybody who supports us day in and day out.
Yeah, no joke.
Without those guys.
First stop at the stage, 44-40.
Chris,
I lied in the chat.
Chris here has been a lot of fun.
All right, Drew, man. Thanks for talking to us. Good luck next
All
week
right.
in Atlanta.
Appreciate it.
It's Drew Blaze, your third place finisher here at Las Vegas.
So I thought I was doing something by lying, saying that they were in the 60s, but hell, y'all were in the
The
60s.
official race results.
I'm keeping you
Maybe it's official.
guessing. I mean, you don't know if I was really 40 or not, but
Of course, your race winner. Second place was Brandon Mefford. Third was Drew Blaze. Matt
all right,
Sisler
I'm out.
coming through with
Later.